Hey guys, it's Pete. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down Beatrice Haddad's practice and show you the difference that professional players, the way they practice is called deep practice. They're doing things different than most recreational players. Even though they already know how to hit a perfect ball, look, she's worked on her shadow strokes, on her ground strokes. Now she's mixing up her ground strokes and her volley technique with resistance, so it's making it challenging. Working on her footwork recovery right here. These are things that regular players, especially adults, don't do. She's right now challenging her footwork, working on her patterns, so that under pressure, when she's playing a match, her feet are coordinated, moving a certain way. Again, lots of people just tell themselves to move their feet, but you can see you can't just yell at yourself to move your feet. You actually have to do footwork exercises so your feet become coordinated so that they can do things that are even more difficult than you're going to be doing out on the tennis court. That's why she's working so many ladder drills. That's why she's got this resistance band on her. She's working on her ground stroke and her footwork patterns. Also, notice her footwork patterns make sense when she's doing that. Again, more ladder work. So you can see how much the pros are working. This entire practice session, she barely hit a ball in this video by Better Tennis Bodies. I think it's the name of the YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description. This is an outstanding channel, and it shows how the pros are working in what's called a closed environment. What does that mean? Right here without hitting a ball. This takes all the variables. She doesn't even have a racket in her hand. Look at her working on her footwork for that scissor kick overhead. Again, if you can't do it without the ball, guys, you're not going to be able to do it with the ball. This move right here is one of the most challenging things for regular rec players to do, and you can see she's working on it. Back to the ladder again. And so as she's look at that nice wide base. So you think it's an accident that the pros have a wide base when they're playing, that they can make those little tiny quick steps when they need to. So if you can do this, now you don't have to do it the level that she does. And in the beginning, even though she looks so coordinated and great now, when she first had to do this, where she started doing this as a kid or a coach shows her a new movement as an adult, she probably looked klutzy and had to think about it as well. So, even if you don't look so great when you're doing this drill, that's part of the learning process. Don't feel bad about being an unconscious incompetent. You don't know what you don't know. And then conscious competence where you have to think and do. But as you can see, this is how pros are able to make all these moves under pressure and make them look so smooth. Look, there's an open stance backhand recovery, crossover step, split step. Then she's going to step into the ball that's closer. Back to the ladder, doing these crossover movements so that she's working on her crossover recovery. The pros don't skip steps, guys. Working on her volley technique and her first move on her overhead and her scissor kick. So why I'm making this video is to show you that this is just as valuable, these exercises, than going to hit a tennis ball. And most recreational players, even if you watch this video, there's a very few amount of you that are going to do this. Look, this is return to serve footwork. See how she's got that split steps and she's working to the outside. In fact, I want to stop that and just go back on this because this is something that people don't think about. They're like, oh yeah, return to serve is, it's just like you just stand there and return to serve. The pros work on the return to serve footwork. She's here. She's in a ready position. Look how she's looking ahead, like she actually sees an opponent. I wish I could go slower here. But she is split stepping, then she's moving to her outside leg, and she's hitting that ball. And so even the pros are working on their return of serve footwork. They don't leave any stone unturned. And we're getting ready to one of my favorite parts of the video that I wish more people would do. We actually just did, I have a new club called the Totally Obsessed Tennis Club. We're going to see her do some sprints here. But she's going to get ready to do some serving practice. Hold on, let me show you that real quick. So take a look at this. Here she is. She always has a great serve, but notice how she has no tennis ball. She has no racket. she's still going through her rituals. And you can bet that even this is being filmed and analyzed by her coaches. She looks forward to her competition. She rocks back. She lifts up her toe there. Great tossing motion. So we don't have to see her hit a tennis ball to know she's a great player. And she goes up, hits that ball, lands in that scorpion kick. And this right here, we know that most recreational players struggle with their serve. They have a really tough time getting the motion right. So even today, in the group that I've just started called the Totally Obsessed Tennis Club, is I walked people through a step-by-step progression on how to hit the serve. We filmed it. We analyzed it without a ball, without a racket. I've said forever, if you can't do it without a ball, if you can't do it without a racket, magic doesn't happen when you start playing. You're just more comfortable in that situation. So what I want to do for you right now is, if you would like to get a free serve course called Serving A to Z, it'll take you through a lot of step-by-step progressions, just like we see her working step-by-step progressions. And then you'll also be on my VIP list, where I will send you a personal invite to the Totally Obsessed Tennis Club if you want to give it a try. And the big promise there is we finish your technique, because we start in the closed environment and we teach you how to open it up until eventually you can use it in your match play. So we finish your technique, and then we also finish your strategy inside the Totally Obsessed Tennis Club, so you can get that one NTPR point better. So if that sounds good to you, let's start with the free Serving A to Z course. There's not just 3 videos, there's 33 videos in there. And thanks so much for paying attention to today's video. If this makes sense to you, please give this video a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.